All right. Una welcome my people. Una welcome for this great day. We got great news for una. Una welcome. All right. Una welcome my people. Welcome everybody. Una welcome. Una welcome. Una welcome. Una welcome for this number. For this today, when a Wednesday, number 10th day for the month of March for 2020. A very great day for the Ambazonian people. Them. I don't come with good news. I don't come for make we celebrate the great victory with the Ambazonia Defense Forces, with a National Liberation Army, the great victory where they don't score am for the big city of Bamenda for urban warfare against La République du Cameroun colonial forces them. So all money place there, una welcome. Una place there. Very soon, in the next 1 or 2 minutes, we will connect with the people them for ACN television so that we will bring this message, this great message, this message of victory for our people them for ground zero, for celebrate the victory with all our people them for ground zero. So we'll connect with the people them for ACN, and we'll go also the stream for ACN Facebook page. When I know say now the new method this we will use them for communicate with all now, and so YouTube now new platform this now for we take the materials they generate them for ACN page for ACN TV. We'll talk with Ground Zero directly, and they also share them for Facebook. All right. So all man place there when I come fine. I hope say all man be sleep fine, and I hope say when a day to the go well. All man place there when I come fine. We will start small time. All right, we just wait, make the people then for AC and they just connect with. We go start. We get a lot of good news so now. We get some news with. By the time we finish hotel now, when I had go over sweet for the good work we wanna defense forces that they do on for ground zero. They carry out some very big action them today, and when I need for know the details of those action and the power where what people they don't get them for ground zero in terms of what defense capabilities. So in a very good day this for the Ambazonian people them. All money place day, when I come well, when I come fine. All right, we'd already be connected on ACN. So when I come well, we'll start for exactly 30 seconds. Good evening, my fellow Ambazonians. For all our big papa them and our big mommy them, for all our papa them and our mommy them, for all our auntie them and our uncle them, for all our Ambazonia picking them, all our neighbors them, for all Ambazonians them, who they like refugees, where they don't be scattered for Nigeria, for Ghana, and for all other country them. Una good evening for all una. All Ambazonia who they did for this side for the continent of Europe. We know say na also evening time for una. And so una good evening for all una. For our brothers and our sisters who they hustle for that side for Middle East and the Persian Gulf. Una good night for all una. All Ambazonia then for this side for North America, for Canada, for Mexico, and for the United States. Una good afternoon. All Ambazonia who they did for that side for the Caribbeans. Una also, una good afternoon for una. What people Ambazonia who they did for that side for Southeast Asia. We also so forget una. The one who they did for Japan, the one who they did for China, the one who they did for Malaysia, for Singapore. What people them for Australia. We not forget una. Even Ambazonia they did for India and for Pakistan and for Bangladesh. We so throw una salute. We know say na night time for una or na morning time for una for Thursday already. I salute una. I be una brother Asu, when the press secretary for the executive office for governing council of Ambazonia. That means that I be the spokesperson for the office for the leader for a war of independence. My people, today I talk to make a come join all una, make we celebrate the great work we were brave soldiers and were warriors, were defense forces, the great work where they don't carry them inside Bamenda. We get a lot of videos to show now. We come now for can celebrate the victory with the Ambazonian people that they achieve. We come now for can celebrate our fighters. Today is a big day of celebration for which we are heroes. The one the way they don't woke up for defend the land, for defend our communities, for make sure say they defend the sovereignty of Ambazonia. Today is a great day for the Ambazonian people then, as the Ambazonia Defense Forces, they carry the war for broad daylight. They enter inside the big city of Bamenda. They enter for what they call and say urban warfare. It not be easy, but it been a good news. So all money place there, una welcome. Make a take just 1 minute for salute our friends then, for our old house, where they call and say Facebook. Make a take the time and salute all our brothers and our sister then, where they don't join way from Facebook. All right? Comrade Joe Brown, the Don Grand for that side for Istanbul. We caught you cafe. Welcome. All right. Mr. Mbakwa, would salute you. You talk say always with a smile. Of course, we'll be very optimistic and positive. Mr. John Wanka, would salute you, Mr. Foncha. All money place there. Cornell, would salute you, Mr. Tanwi. All right, Comrade Leo Chair, would salute all una. Mark Karin, would salute you. Who to the foyer? Theophor, would salute you. Kenneth, would salute you too. All right. Who to the foyer? Obongete, would salute you, Mr. Hussein. Welcome, your place day. All right. Milano, would salute you, Mr. Blaine. Manajale, would salute you, Mami. We salute you. Thank you for the good work we did for all we. All right. Comrade Tama, would salute you, Mr. Mallet. All right. When I place day, all money place day. My fellow Ambazonians, to now welcome. Now we don't woke up for this big day for today. We're on number 10 day for the month of March. Today now Wednesday. We woke up with very sweet news. We woke up with very sweet heart. And so today, as una sabi, una defense forces, the Ambazonia Defense Forces, una National Liberation Army, they don't be ready. As una sabi, once they launch the stabilization force, everything don't change for ground zero. The war don't change. Our capacity don't change. Our power don't change. Our posture don't change. Now a different level. Now a different level of the war. Now a different level for confront la République du Cameroun. Now a different level for Project Ambazonia. So today, now one of those days where the Ambazonia Defense Forces, they decide for launch 2 attacks for one time for La République du Cameroun colonial forces for inside the big city of Bamenda. Now the people get the land. Now the forces, they control the territory. And now we determine the battlefield. When I take una eye, when I chop Christmas, where it happen for inside Bamenda.
Bombo. Itia Osama. Osama. Bombo. Bombo. Osama.
The Ambazonia Defense Forces, una National Liberation Army. Now the capacity that we don't build them. We don't build such a capacity. The forces, now that they prepare, now for make sure say they start for take over the cities. This one we not see and I practice this. Now practice for know the kind of small places where la Republic remain. What forces they be ready, they be capable, they be powerful, they get the skills, the training, and they get the materials for start for take the major places where la Republic still control them. The urban warfare, the urban centers, places like Bamenda. So this one, the one that see now a test run. We give them a small test. And when they see not been for night that they do these things. Now for broad daylight. Not be until where some person go hide them. They not hide this kind of war. That's why we build a bigger force. So that not hide what did happen anymore. They not deny what did happen anymore. They not tell people and say, oh, now just like the Republic du Cameroun, police and that they shoot gun for air. How we manage? No. I get a call. Very early morning. They call me from ground zero. Say when I hear what did happen, I say what did happen. Now for video. Almost sleep for ground. They say ADF don't enter town. Even people for ground zero. They say, when would you hear this kind gone? We know say na ADF don't enter town. Now so almost sleep for ground. We tell them, say, me almost sleep for ground. May they hide for corner. May they sleep. I would hear boom, 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 boom. I say, now this one, they make our heart sweet. Then we'll get messages. Especially with the stay for near police station. It tell we say the moment that this thing they start holla. Now so all the police they run up and down. Now so all them go the height. So we get a report. We know who they control the town. We know who they control the city. Cameroun not get any space anymore for Ambazonia. The owners of the land, they don't take over. Now a different game, now a different space, now a different generation. So when we talk say, we fit take over, we mean it. Because we get the capacity for deliver. When the leader, he talks say take over, now because we get the capacity for doing. We get the build up, We get the forces, they get the training, they get the experience, and they understand the work and the mission. Very important for the Ambazonian people then. So any place where you dey as an Ambazonian, be very hopeful. Cameroun, there are days for Ambazonia. That one na ancient history. Na ancient history. When I don't hear what don't come up for the Canadian Parliament. So Cameroun know say the end don't come. The fraud where they be causing for occupy Ambazonia, it don't end. They know. That's why the forces they now that they move with high speed. Our forces they move now for high speed. Okay, like high speed internet. They move fast with power. They get work for doing. So for all we wanna stay focused. Wait till don't come up for the Canadian Parliament. Any person will take that document, you read them as an Ambazonian. You go down on your knees, you say hallelujah. You go sleep for your bed, you say Papa God thank you. Any place where you dey as an Ambazonian, the document we don't come up from the Canadian Parliament. Now the most powerful document that in terms of who said this thing they go, in terms of the end, which will be the predictable end for Cameroun, for Ambazonia. If you read that document, fine, you go see the predictable end. Not be some person talking. Now a foreign government, we don't make an assessment and talk for experts and get witness testimony. Wait till they don't conclude them. Now the predictable end that for a war of independence. It come. But why would you wait for the predictable end? While the world build this consensus and this momentum, we need for increase the pressure on the ground. We need for crack them. We need for push them to the end limits. We need for take them until then settle the staff for pack out of Ambazonia. We need for start for empty the police station, the gendarme station, the B station, the Jamies, the any place where they use them as an infrastructure for occupy Ambazonia. Now they level this. That's why you need this kind of force. That's why you need that kind of capacity. Not be nothing where you go talk say, oh, I get 5 Amba boys, I get 5 soldiers, I get 2 soldiers, I get a general, I get a commander. You need power. The world, you respect the power. All right? You need respect only people they talk. As they talk for the big book, Bible, they say to talk without work, not noise. Just talk without action. Any person with the talk and you not get action, not be person. You not even be a person if you feel talk, you not feel act. For ADF, wait till make ADF. Na action. Wait till make ADF. Na power. For take la Republic out for any place where they dey. Wait till be ADF. When you hear the word ADF, just know say na action. ADF means what? Action. The word ADF, it means say power. It means say action. It means say liberation. It means say independence. It means say freedom. Yes? Now what it means say, so any person, when you don't hear the word ADF, inside your head, just know say ADF, it means say action. ADF equals action. ADF equals power. Yes? ADF equals freedom. Aha. Now you talk the language of liberation. Now the language that make a knock on the second video we go over make una heart over sweet for wetin the Bamenda brigade they don't do am. Before I actually want play on that second video, make a play on this other video where the message for the general, for the Bamenda brigade, it be moving a few weeks ago. Make a play on that message. Before I bring on the second video. Make you listen for the message for the general, for the Bamenda brigade.
Okay. Ambazonia people. My mommy, my father. Today, Wednesday, the 27th January 2021 for Ambaland for ground zero. You want a Bamenda brigade with some mesam. Our papa them no. I will call them Bamenda brigade. So fly news don't go out for social media. They talk about ghost town. I don't even know when the ghost town even start. Now we will do for ground zero. Now we the pass our order. There is no ghost town. Me any mommy any parent. We too refuse our pains. The same as on refuse our pains. When I go on our activities them. But that day they say that I ghost town, I go on activities them. And if anybody disturb una for that day, una get into the Bamenda brigade to solve una problem. That day, the Bamenda brigade is waiting for Isa Bamenda, Mezam. The only ghost town. For now, recognize them. Now Monday. For now, there's no other ghost town till further notice. Mama, my papa them. I beg for everybody. I come out to make this video. I will clarify. I will make una not get no fear. Una get the courage to go out with una activities them. At ground zero, where they so. I don't fear no man. Anybody. We go try with the step. Or mommy them, or parent for that day, or sister them, brother them for that day for the say they say when that people talk saying a ghost town, they will be severely punished.
So waiting when I don't hear that one. Now I just bring this one also for make una know who the control Bamenda. Now the big ADF general that we the control all the operations them for Bamenda. ADF got many brigades where they surround the entire city of Bamenda. The Ambazonia Defense Forces, it don't put brigades all across the entire city of Bamenda. We don't surround that city. La Republic of Cameroun, they don't fit come out inside. I mean, they don't fit come outside. We don't cage them. We don't put them for cage. So any corner where they show their head, they did not come. Any place their armor car show up, they did not come. Now the strategy this, now the sense this. You need to fight war anyhow. War take na sense. It take na strategy. It take training. So that's why they already cage them. La Republic, they inside cage. ADF don't cage them inside the city. So that we will take them out one by one. And then we'll start to move in. So they will come out for this corner. They come out for that corner. The soldier, they come out for this corner. And then they enter. They wipe La Republic all out. Now the places where they go, where they talk them. We don't surround the city. They don't put all brigades all around. Because there is strategy. Now for make sure say they not fit come out for inside Bamenda. Begin to work out for the other small villages them. Go begin to disturb our people them. Go burn house. When I don't see how, since they make this strategy, for La Republic for burn house them don't over reduce. When I don't see how, for them for go for villages, go keep people them don't over reduce. Because we don't carry them, we force them through our strategy. For them for be for that place. So that we take them out one by one. So that the villages, they go be a little bit free. Now they sense this. That's why they don't put all these brigades them around Bamenda for put La Republique for pressure. Any place where they want to come out, trap Gohala, boom. Their Amoka one show place for here, trap Gohala, boom. They are a Kelebe, gendarme the one show head for outside, the Nakam. Be the one show head for the other corner, the other one the Nakam. Police the one show head for the other corner, the other one the Nakam. Now they sense this. So for fight this kind of war, for broad daylight, for urban warfare, not been a small thing. These general they get sense. The Ambazonia Defense Forces, na the key for Ambazonia their independence. Competition not there for that one. Even if they take competition not there. And they build the ADF. Now for give Ambazonia the kind of power where they need them. And if we not get this kind of power, the world no go ever respond. Because if we just be na this kind of small thing, the people that they do one, the world no go ever take we serious. So that's why they build this kind of power. Where if we enter, no any other city there, where La Republique they don't die there past Bamenda. There's no other place for Ambazonia. Every week, either they take out an armor car or they take out a couple of La Republique du Cameroun terrorist forces for Bamenda every week. Now the heart of the resistance. Unasabi Bamenda alone. Now a city of 600,000 Ambazonians. They stay inside Bamenda. So now Bamenda is the heartbeat of the resistance. That's why we don't put so much materials and investment for our defense. For make sure say it's strong fine. Once you knock them off the biggest places, all the other one they will pick more wrong. Because now for they be the place where they try to tell the world say we still the control. We still get more control. We don't defeat them for all the villages. Now they hide now for town. They don't fight the war for villages anymore. That's why they move the war now for them. Now we go after them. Now we go find place where they day and then smoke them out. Now they level this. That's why you need that kind of power. You need that kind of force for do this kind last work, as they call it last fight. Make a bring on this other video, make on a hard over sweet. The one that's also for Bamenda, the urban warfare that. Just from the sound of the gun them, you know where to don't enter town. Just from the sound of the guns, you know where to don't enter town. When I feel proud, as a people, when I feel proud as a people. Now when I walk, now when I future, now for picking them, now for mommy them. All this investment, all this training, all these equipments, all these boys them, these heroes and heroine, our brother them and our sister, where they do all this work. Now for all we, when I take pride, make it bring una happiness, make it bring una joy. For so they move towards the end. We don't come from a place now where we show that kind of power, not only for ourselves, for feel happy and confidence, but for show them to the world. If you not project that power to the world, they no go take we serious. They go still believe say Cameroun get hope for defeat Ambazonia. That's why we get for project a visible power. As Mandela talk am, leaders must be seen to lead. Not talk to be a leader just for mob. Leaders get for see your power. And that's why the ADF, the block by block, they defy La Republique for all sides. But they not show that kind of power. because they be spread. We need for show that power. So that's why they build a concentrated force for project a level of power will give confidence to the international system. So these people, they need to just fight for end la Republique. But they fight also for they get the capacity for protect their people them. If la Republique fall for Bamenda, we get forces will they be powerful enough for bring peace, order, and stability, even for a city of 600,000 people. Now the thing that means say take control. You know, if you just want independence by wishful thinking. You know, if you just want independence because you want independence. You know, if you just want freedom because you talk say you want freedom. The world not give you freedom because you talk say you want freedom. The world not give you independence because you talk say you want independence. Cameroun will leave Ambazonia because they broke international law. They go leave Ambazonia. Now because of our sense for force them to leave Ambazonia. And our capacity for fight them, for destroy them, for weaken them. And they no go get any choice than for leave Ambazonia. That's why I pity only people that they only get more for talk. But they don't get any action. They talking for Bible. They say talk without word. It means dead. It means say die. Just talk without the work. Now die. But if you get the vision, the strategy, now when you talk, you do the work. Now you be a person who create miracles. Because now you need to only talk. Your talk, it be backed up by action. That's why ADF, it means action. ADF, it means power. ADF, it means freedom. Now you talk. Because you talk, now action. When others they talk, ADF act. So for them, it go only remain for talk. For we, now action and take control and give our people them power. Yes. Now that one they call and say leadership. So for place where they always make una heart over sweet. All this work now for una. Una continue for be very happy with the way we things that they go for the Ambazonian people them. Because of the national liberation strategy. Una be very happy with the way we don't design that strategy. And we'll get the forces where they implement the vision, the roadmap, and the strategy for give the Ambazonia the freedom where they need them. And now with the international community don't talk, then why you not go be happy? Why you not go be hopeful? Any person will listen right now. If you never ever believe in Ambazonia, make way to come up for the Canadian Parliament. It make you believe in Ambazonia. If you never ever commit for Ambazonia, make way to come up for the Canadian Parliament. It make you now believe. It make you now trust. Say we don't do the work and the world don't respond. Or it don't respond. And the way they respond now, they move towards the end. Because now they talk say, make we go investigate the root causes of the problem. Now for they want me to talk. They don't talk. Now we'll go for all we. All Ambazonia already did for Canada. All. Any Ambazonia already for Canada. Now the time this for you as a Canadian citizen. Write a letter for your member of parliament, for your constituency. And tell you say, you call upon me for us, the Canadian government, and ye as your representative, you ask them, say, make they apply, make they implement the resolution where the parliament don't adopt them. Any Ambazonia there for Canada, call your member of parliament, write to your member of parliament, send it that letter, that resolution where Canadian House of Commons adopt them for the conflict between Ambazonia and Cameroun. And you tell them, say, okay, now they don't talk. Now you as a citizen, you recall your member of parliament or House of Commons. Say, make them implement that resolution. Make them implement them. And also remind them, Canada will be one of the countries where they vote for Ambazonia independence. And so now the time is for them to live up to that obligation. If they be failed back then, now their own parliament don't pass a resolution. It don't pass a certain, may they implement them for correct the errors. And so their failure for 1961, now it don't lead to the genocide for Ambazonia. Their failure for uphold the independence of Ambazonia, where then they vote them, now it don't lead to the death of thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of Ambazonia. Now it don't lead to these massacres. Now it don't lead to Cameroon occupation of Ambazonia. Now it don't lead to what did happen today for Ambazonia people then. Because they vote for the independence of Ambazonia and they not be take the responsibility for make sure say it be actualized for reflect their vote. So now 60 years later, now their own parliament or our own parliament as a citizen too for this country. The same thing I tell you now the same work we me to go carry am for go for my members of parliament for my own constituency. And I go bring una the report because I go visit every single one of them. And we go call all Ambazonia them for Canada for get a big meeting for all we for call on our government for our current country or our adoptive country. Make them implement that resolution with the Canadian House of Commons. It don't pass them. So now a great time this for the hopes and the destiny for the Ambazonian people. Then. Now the time this way, all we got for stay focused. Now the time this way, all we got for stay for we got for focus on where to go move we forward as a people. One of the reasons where a lot of people they need to understand what did happen, or sometimes a lot of people they get caught up. No amount of argument or drama it go ever liberate Ambazonia. Wait till go liberate Ambazonia na focus. The commitment for the liberation, the investment for the liberation, and the defense of homeland. No amount of debate, no amount of counter talk. This person talks so, that person talks so. It go ever liberate Ambazonia. All those things now strategies of a desperate enemy for make sure so the people that continue for argue each other and therefore demoralize themselves. So that's why for we focus on our soldier them and the strategy for targeted diplomacy. Because na critical time this and desperate people, failures and the devils, when you don't defeat them, they go start to make the loudest noise. When their agenda don't fail, the agenda of their masters fail. Okay, for stay hopeful, man. When I don't see what the forces that they do for ground zero. Now they work that. When I live and made a prankster, they begin to disgrace and humiliate themselves. Na shame of failure. As for Ambazonia, the future just be too bright for any person for waste time. The future be too bright. See what did happen for we. See what the boys that they do for Ground Zero. When I woke up morning time, I look my phone. I go check first how the soldier the day, how generals the day, how commanders the day. Man, you all woke up for morning time. You did get briefing. They don't launch this attack. They don't launch that attack. Why your heart don't go sweet? Why your heart don't go sweet? Because you know, say, would he move further and further and further and further to the end point? Now, what will be this as a people? Now, the bravest generation, this. We don't do too well for just a very short period of time. Be very happy. Take the message of what it don't happen for the Canadian Parliament. Carry them, spread them everywhere. Go for Twitter. Go call the Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. Tell him, say, Mr. Prime Minister of Canada, your Parliament don't pass this resolution concerning a country where your country be vote for their independence. Now the time is for you for act on this. Go for Twitter. Go get a conversation with Justin Trudeau. You see, now what will make you a positive and constructive person? That. Now how you spend your time? What you spend your time for talk about? What you spend your time for listen to? And who you listen to? You listen for people that they make you feel weak, demoralize you, make you feel depressed, make you feel angry? Or you listen for what they give you hope, what they give you confidence, what they inspire you, what they empower you? You listen for messages of confusion and division, or you listen for messages of empowerment and unity and moving forward and making Ground Zero strong? Which one? Because whatever you allow, make you occupy your mind. Now it will determine how you act for outside. It will determine how you speak. It will determine how you go for bed, whether you sleep good or you get bad dreams. Now all what you allow yourself for put them for your head. And now you get that choice for control what you listen to, for control what you watch. Next time, when I hear anything where it be counter-revolutionary, when I make audios for call and shame those devils. Next time, when I hear anything where it mean now for discourage our people them, divide our people them, and tarnish the image of Ambazonia and give a false representation of Ambazonia, when I make audios, when I shame those people, when I call onto their programs, and when I expose them, when I go for their comment section, when I call them out, you got to take proactive measures for defeat their destructive narratives. By challenging them on the spot. If they get telephone number for call the show and tell them to their faces who they be. And expose them. Now the times this was silence the devils once and for all. Not give them any space for intoxicate our airwaves and our people their mind. When we'll be very close to victory. When the general they call, make all forces they come together. and finish the work. When the leaders, they out here for unite and stabilize our communities, for end this bad chapter for our history, and liberate even the 2 million Ambazonia who they outside. Because all we will not be free even if we live for free societies. Because look, place will come out. What will they do out here? When we mammy them, we papa them, we loved ones, they be for distant land. And the land is filled with blood and pain and destruction. If you care enough, take those actions. Tomorrow, it will be now one of the most powerful day for media. Tomorrow, when a Thursday, March 11th, the leader of our war of independence, Dr. Ayabacho, he go to come for outside for the Ambazonian people them, for can define the next step for Ambazonia. He go can't tell you the next step for Ambazonia. Tomorrow, it go be na the biggest day for media or for television. We go get a one-on-one interview with the leader. And Ambazonia do already start for sending their question. Now, which kind of question want me to ask the leader? We want me to send with the toughest question we dey for una mind. Una send una question through Facebook, or una send una question through WhatsApp. Una send the toughest question to the leader. The leader talks it tomorrow. Una ask him any question, he go answer them. So make all man is submit a question through my WhatsApp, the executive press office, executive press secretary phone number. Una send them for there. We go take una question, and tomorrow we want make sure say when the leader don't finish tomorrow, we make sure say he answer Ambazonia their biggest, their toughest question. All right. So tomorrow, on a very exciting day. By the way, you make sure say before you want to go sleep tonight, you charge your phone. Tomorrow, you make sure say una charge on your phone. All papa and mommy them for ground zero. Tomorrow for 7:30 for evening, the leader will talk for una for unveil the next step for conclude this chapter for the history of the Ambazonian people then. The next step to victory. The next step for give Ambazonia my homeland. So tomorrow on a great day. All right? Now the story that we will talk about una tomorrow for exactly 7:30 Amber. As always, we want to thank all una for the time una don't take them for join we. We want to thank all una for una dedication, una commitment, and una focus. We want to thank all una for una belief for Ambazonia. We want to thank una for the belief we una get them, for una leadership. And we want to thank una always for the trust and the support we una dig for una defense forces them, for get the job done for all we. We love una plenty. We thank una get a good night. Oh, for all our people who don't watch tonight, I want to tell una say we love una plenty. This will go the do am, and for ensure say una get a bright future, and una live for a country where una no go ever live in violence and live in poverty. What you will do am, and for make sure say una live for a land of abundance, a land of opportunity, a land where una fit play for outside even for night. When una fit go for better schools then, una stay for better house, una get better chop, una get better bed than for sleep on top. Una get comfortable clothes, better water, clean water for drink. A land will be filled with love, safety, and hope. For all our papa them and our mommy them, we no go fail una. The word we una don't give we as una picking. We will conclude this chapter and for make sure say una live for see the freedom of una picking, we una picking the fight for give una dignity. We thank una plenty for una prayers. Una get a good night. May God bless all man. We'll talk tomorrow.